Yes. Okay. And again, sorry for my voice. It will get better. So now, lay down on the mat as usual. Knees bent if you have any tension on the lumbar spine. Otherwise, legs straight and rolled outward. Find a good position, the more comfortable position for your lumbar spine and your hips. Once that you've found your good position, roll the arms outward, palm of the hand facing the sky. Slide the shoulder blades toward the waist and pull the back of the head away from the shoulders to lengthen the whole spine. Close your eyes and allow your body to soften. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and then sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face and clench your jaw and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Relax your hips, your groins, relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention into your breathing cycle and start observing every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most, chest or belly? If both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation, the small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. And there too, observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remain relaxed and open, even during the pauses. 3 more observing breaths. At the end of the 3rd, take control and create a long, slow, and steady breath. Observe your body expanding with every inhalation and gently contracting with every exhalation. Keep a long, slow, and steady breath. Observe your lungs filling up slowly and getting empty slowly. Observe your belly moving. Allow your belly to move. The navel move up when you inhale and down toward the spine when you exhale. Observe the ribs moving away from each other with every inhalation and closer to each other with every exhalation. Keep a long, slow, steady breath. Breathe deeper and deeper. Observe the muscles of your body started to activate in order to expand your chest a little bit more. Become aware of all those small movements. And even if there is some tension rising, go just out of your comfort zone. So find the compromise where you can feel that you're going out of your comfort zone, but the tensions on your muscles are not too high, not too big. Remember, this is not a challenge. You're playing with your body and with your breath to create a deeper and deeper breath. Exploring the feelings that you may experience. Exploring the tensions of your body. From your next breath, inhale deeply, and at the end of the inhalation, hold your breath just a few seconds, and then exhale with a long exhalation. Inhale deeply. Observe the activation of the muscles of your rib cage. And at the end of the inhalation, hold your breath just for a few seconds. And then exhale with a long and easy exhalation. Keep with this technique. And when you hold the breath, relax
all the muscles that are not needed. And observe how the tensions may change. 3 more breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, go back to a normal breath and observe your breath becoming lighter and lighter, more and more subtle. Observe your body, more and more relaxed. Gently bend your knees. Roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand to sit up.
Okay. Sit on the back of the mat, sitting on your heels. Check to have the two big toes touching and exactly the same level. Knees wide as the mat. And now inhale. And with the inhalation, tilt your hip forward, arch your spine, push the shoulders back and look up. Exhale. Round your spine, look down. Inhale, arch your spine. Feel the stretch from your belly till your chin. Exhale, round your spine. So sit on the heels, Hilda, with the knees wide. Okay. Inhale, tilt your hip forward, arch your spine, and look up. Stretch from the belly to the chin. Exhale, round your spine, and look down. Allow your neck to lengthen. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round your spine. One more. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round your spine. Okay. Now create small circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Both on one side and on the other side. Okay. Now, walk forward with your hands. I don't think that it will be too much for your shoulders. In case, just tell me, Ruth. Okay. So walk forward all the way down to the ground. Put your forehead down to the ground. Keep the arms active. Push the sternum forward and move the shoulder blades toward the waist. Gently start walking with both hands to the right, just out of your mat, in order to stretch the left side of your torso. Keep the chest in between your legs. When you reach your maximum, stop your left hand down on the ground. Move the right hand closer to the right knee and start pushing with both hand and knee against the ground to push the chest a little bit more to the left in order to stretch even deeper. You can breathe on your chest to go even deeper. 3 breaths. The head can be down on the ground. At the end of the third, come back to center. And walk to the left with both hands. Keep the chest in between the hands. When you reach your maximum, block the right hand down to the ground. Move the left hand closer to the left knee and start pushing with both hand and left knee to the ground to push the chest a little bit more to the right. Head completely relaxed down to the ground. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back to center. Come back up. Put the 2 knees together. Leave the center. Shoulder blades down. But in a quite relaxed way. Belly in, so activate your abdominal muscles and lean gently back. Just a tiny bit. In order to have less weight on your knees. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, lean forward, and now we move to one of the positions that I hate. So tuck your toes under and sit on your heels. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. Okay. Now, put your hands down to the ground and open your feet wider than your hips. Doesn't need to be too wide, just wider than your hips. And really gently start moving your buttocks close to the ground. If it's a little bit too much, just keep your hands down on the ground, go to your maximum, stay there just for 2 breaths, and then come back up. Okay, now I want you to take either a folded blanket or a block. And we're going to do exactly the same thing, but supported. We're going to take this and the folded blanket. So if you have a folded blanket, fold it to be not too wide, not wider than your hips. And it depends on the difficulty that you had on moving your buttocks down. You have to choose between the folded blanket or the blocks. You can even put 2 blocks. This is not a problem. So, knees, if not touching, quite close. Put your hands down. Put your feet just out of your hips and slowly go down. The idea is to find the prop that will allow you to be working on this position, but it won't be too hard. Your breath has to be relaxed. So you may feel tension on the knees or on the top of your feet, for instance. If it's the knee, then like every joint, better to not play with it. So in case, put a little bit more height under your knees. If you feel pressure under your feet, well, actually on the top of your feet, you can put another blanket just under, or even the air cushion under your feet. Once that you found a quite comfortable position, stay there. 3 breaths. Come back up. Now, without changing the props that you need, I want you to take your calf muscles and roll the calf muscles out. And while rolling the calf muscles out, go again down on the ground. Okay. Leave the sternum, shoulder blades down. And now from this position, create small circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Okay, both blocked, frozen. Turn also on the other side. Roll the arms outward. Push the hands down toward the ground and gently back. Leave the sternum, shoulder blades down. Welcome back. Okay. Okay. Exactly. Perfect. Okay. Ruth, don't push too much on your shoulders. So listen really to the messages of your body. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Try and push the 2 shoulder blades away from each other. I know that it's not easy. Okay, relax. Now, if it's quite uncomfortable to be in this position, add a prop. Because I really want you to work on this position, but listening to the messages of your body. So it doesn't have to be a challenge, okay? Okay. Hilda, I don't know if, because you put the blanket under your knees, which is an amazing way to use that prop, but it's not super good for what we're going to do in a few seconds. Maybe you can add that folded blanket under your buttocks if you feel a little bit too much beneath, or put in the buttocks under your knees if you don't feel too much pressure on the top of your feet. Lovely. Okay, now belly in, lean back, put your hands down on the ground. Lift your hips, tilt your hip backward. So you're stretching the calf muscles, and go down again with the buttocks down to the prop. Okay, 3 breaths. Just like that. For someone is not super difficult, for someone is already challenging. Okay. Now, if it's not too hard, otherwise just stay there. Try and go down to your elbows. Belly in. Stay there for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, release slowly, come back up. Don't worry, we're going to do it several other times. Not today. Today was just an easy way to enter that. But day by day, we will work on this position, because it does have quite a bit of benefic things. Okay, so lean forward, take the props out. Now, now, come back up straight away. Because since 2 days ago was full moon, and we have this lovely energy, quite chaotic energy, quite flowing energy. I think that it's better to ground a bit. So we're gonna work mainly on standing poses today. Okay, so right leg forward, left leg back. As usual for the balance, if you need to, you can always put the mat next to something stable, a wall, a table, something. Put your hands on the waist. And adjust your hips to be squared, to be completely parallel to the short side of the mat. In order to do so, you can roll the left leg inward and the right leg outward to counteract the normal movement of the hips when you push your 1 foot forward. Okay. Once there, start pushing with your left heel down to the ground. Try even to lift the toes. If you lift your toes, you will feel that you're activating your thigh, left leg, and you're stretching your calf muscles. Stay there. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Now, push your right big toe down to the ground. Right big toe down to the ground. Left toes up. Tilt your hip forward. Keep your right leg active. Look forward. When you reach the parallel of the ground with your torso, stay there. Keep on activating the left thigh. Keep on lifting, even if it's just 1 millimeter, even if you cannot see. I want you to feel the toes not touching the ground. But on the right feet, I want you to feel the big toe really pushing down to the ground. 3 breaths. And come back up. Change leg. So left leg forward, right leg back. Big toe, the feet pointing forward, hips squared. Start pushing your right heel down to the ground. And even if they're not really lifting, I want you to feel your right toes lifting off the ground. The pressure has to be less and less. Maybe today is not possible for you to physically lift your toes. It's not a problem. But the direction has to be that. I want you to feel the toes not touching the ground. Hands on waist. Start pushing your left big toe down to the ground without compromising the right leg. Tilt your hip forward. Still pushing the left big toe down to the ground, but lifting the right toe down up. When your torso is parallel to the ground, stay there for 3 breaths. And come back up. Change leg again. We're going to do exactly the same movement, but adding just a small thing. When you push down to the ground with your big toe, the leg normally will roll gently inward. While it is so, the hips will change your alignment. So to counteract this movement, I want you to roll the left leg, the back legs, right, inward to keep the hips squared. So it's exactly the same thing that we did before, but with a consciousness of the alignment of the hips. So right leg forward, left leg back. Okay. Start pushing with your left heel down to the ground. Start lifting the left toes. Start pushing the right big toe and observe how the hips react naturally. When you kind of study one movement, allow the body to react naturally. Therefore, you can understand how to counteract this natural movement. So, left heel down, right big toe down. Observe how it changes the alignment of the hip. Now, roll the left leg inward, still pushing the toes, still pushing the heel down and lifting the toes. So actually now you're gonna activate a little bit more the tibial muscles. So yeah, also the small muscles. Yeah, we're working on that too. Hands on the waist. Keep on pushing the right big toe down. Keep on pushing the left heel. Keep on lifting the toes. Activate your thighs and go down. Observe how this movement change both the stability of your legs and of your pose. and also the consciousness of the alignment of your body. And come back up. Change leg. Push the right heel down, lift your toes. Push your left toe, big toe down. Observe the natural movement of the hips. Counteract. So roll the right leg inward. Still keeping the big toe, the left big toe down, the heel down. And now, tilt your hip forward and go down. Activate your thighs. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back up. Now, Tadasana. We're going to use Tadasana to go a little bit deeper on the consciousness of the movement. So, find your Tadasana position, big toes touching, heels gently apart. Tilt your hip backward gently, belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Relax completely your arms, let it go. Close your eyes and observe the muscles that you used. Observe your legs, your feet, your calf muscles, your tibias, your thighs, hamstrings, hips. Open your eyes. Now, right leg forward, left leg back. Now, put your hands over the upper part of your buttocks. And push the hands down to help you tilt your hips backward. So usually already on the first moment, you're gonna feel the stretch on your left groin. Keeping this stretch, I want you to push the left heel down to deepen this stretch. Push the right big toe down, counteract the movement with the left leg. Keep the tilting back of the hips in order to feel the stretch on the groin, belly in, and keeping the hips in this back rotation. Bend gently your right leg. Push with your hands down to the buttocks to help you tilt and stretch the left groin. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, but focus on the groin. 3 breaths. Keep on pushing the left heel down and relax. Right leg back, left leg forward. I told you that sometimes I am torturous. And we don't move a lot, but we can feel it. So hands behind your buttocks, start pushing down. Observe the tilting of the hips. Observe the stretching of the groin. Start pushing your right heel down to the ground to deepen the stretch. Belly in. Start pushing with your left big toe down to the ground. And gently bend your left knee, still pushing down with the hands down to the buttocks to tilt the hips backward. Belly in. Push the right heel down. 3 breaths. And come back up. Okay. And again, Tadasana. Go back to Tadasana and observe what you used, how you used your body, how the energies can flow in a different way. Become aware of all the movement, of all you've done. Okay, open your eyes. Widen your leg just a tiny bit. That is, not a tiny bit. A little bit more than the hips. Bend your knees a little bit more than usual. Leave the sternum, shoulder blades down. So you're kind of sitting down on a chair that is not there. And then create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. So really lower than usual. You can put your hands on the knees if needed. Turn also on the other side. And come back up. Okay. Now, roll both feet, both legs out. Bend your knees. But observe if you have tension on the inner knees. If you have tensions, turn your feet a little bit closer, a little bit inward. The idea is not to stress the groin, the joints. Okay. So find the position where you don't feel the knees when gently bent. There, squeeze your butt. So I want you to feel something in here on the hips, but not on the knees. 3 breaths. Come back up. Walk out with your feet. Exactly the same thing. So bend gently. Observe your knees. If you feel tension on the knees, turn the feet a little bit in. Otherwise, open the knees to the side. Belly in, squeeze your butt. Sternum lifted. 3 breaths. And come back up. Now, feet parallel to each other. Hands on the waist, if it's comfortable for you. Otherwise, you can just leave it there because we're not working on the upper chest now. So now, I want you to activate your thighs just to keep your legs really stiff. Okay. When your legs are really stiff, I want you to, without moving your feet, I want you to think to move the 2 feet together. So you are activating all the inner muscles of your legs. Belly in, squeeze your butt. Squeeze your legs. 3 breaths. And relax. If you feel tension on the knees, step back. Because if you have a ligament that is a little bit loose, you may feel tensions on the inner knees when squeezing your legs together. The idea is not to stress the joints as usual. So just adjust the position in order to not feel stress on the joints. In case you can try and bend gently your knees, maybe you will feel less. It depends. In case you had injuries on your knees, it depends on the injuries. You may feel less or more. So that's why you have to find your version. In case, just squeeze less. Okay, now that we just relaxed for a few seconds, we're gonna do it again. So lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, belly in. Tilt your hip backward. Activate your legs and squeeze your legs. Squeeze your butt and stay there. 3 breaths. Feel the force, the stability of your body. And release. Let's do it one more time. Relax before, because did you notice that when you activate all the muscles in that way, so in a really strong way, you're not moving, but your heartbeat start pumping a little bit faster. If you didn't realize it now. So lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, belly in. Activate your legs. Strong, stable, stiff. Squeeze your butt. Squeeze your legs as much as you can. In case, bend gently your knees to protect the knees. Stay there. Strong. And release. Try and observe your heartbeat. You can even put your hands on the upper chest or on your, it's more the neck. Well, what's this part? Kind of throat. Yeah, there. Okay, that's good. Awesome. And allow your body to relax again. This is a well-known asana. So allow your body to relax again. Okay. Now open your eyes. We're gonna do a position that is not super hard, that is not super easy to do. The idea is to keep, I'm going to show you, to keep the leg really wide. We bend your knees, but we roll the leg outward in order to not have the knees going inward. So as much as you can outward. And then you lift your heels and you lift the sternum. Since it's a balanced pose, but it's quite difficult, you can also do it next to the wall. So in case, the idea is if you do it next to the wall,
Yes. Or you just go close to the wall and you put your buttocks in contact. You will feel the legs anyway. Don't worry about that. Because the heels have to be up. So it's not just that, but it's that. Or you can just put your hands in contact with the wall. Up to you to find your version, okay? But I suggest you to do it close to the wall, because we're not gonna stay there just for 3 seconds, but a little bit more. So, roll the legs outward, belly in, start bending your knees, lift your heels, stay there, strong and stable. Lift your heels if you can. Good. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, 3 more. At the end of the 3rd, bend down, put your hands down on the ground and straighten your legs. And stay there. Allow your body to relax and allow your breath to relax again. Allow your hamstring to stretch. Stay there. Bend gently your knees and come up. Tadasana. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Find the dristi. Lean on the left leg with the right leg. Grab with both hands the right knees and stay there. Now, grab your legs under your hamstring, the right leg under your hamstring, and straighten your right leg in front of you. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, lower your right feet, open the knee to the side, and find the normal Vrikshasana position. Put your hands in prayer position, aligned with the top of the head, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. If you feel tension on your shoulder roof, you can do it without the arms down. Not a problem at all. Stay there. Now, grab your right thing and bring the heel touch as high as you can against the left leg. And again, put your hands in prayer position, align with the top of the head, and stay there for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, come back to Tadasana. Close your eyes and observe the activation of your muscles. Observe your heartbeat. And in case, allow your heartbeat to calm down. Open your eyes. Lean on the right leg. Lift the left leg and grab your knee. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, stay there. Try and relax all the muscles that are not needed. So try and find the most relaxed version of this balance pose. Now, grab your hamstring with both hands and straighten your left leg just in front, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, 3 breaths. At the end of the third, bend your knee. Open the left knee to the side and put your left feet in contact with the right leg. Put your hands in prayer position. Put the hands aligned with the top of the head. Keep your shoulders as much as you can relaxed. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, drop your left ankle. Put the heel as high as you can against the right leg. Put your hands in prayer position, aligned with the top of the head. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, put your arms and legs down. And again, close your eyes just for a few seconds. Now, with your eyes closed, visualize some roots starting from the base of your feet and going down, deep down into the ground, to the center of the earth. Those roots give you stability, give you force, energy. But even with those roots, your body is not stiff, can move. And actually, it does move. Observe the natural movement of your body. Like trees, rooted, but moving thanks to the wind. Allow yourself to be rooted, grounded, but also able to change, to appreciate the movement. The energy is flowing. Stay there. And maybe observe if you can experience some feelings on your hands, on the top of your fingers. Focus on the top of the fingers. The top of the fingers are just like leaves of a tree. So when you feel the top of your fingers, maybe tingling, or just maybe feeling the heartbeat, or maybe just a few small feelings that you cannot even describe. It means that you are alive, rooted, grounded, alive. Keep your attention, keep your focus on the top of your fingers and feel more and more anything. It's just the flowing of the energies. Maybe it's not easy the first time, but the more you do, the more you will feel, become aware. And it's not just bones, and flesh. Now gently, if you want to, opening the eyes, if you want to, just keeping the eyes closed, go down to the mat, to Shavasana. Take everything you need to be comfortable in Shavasana. Allow your body to feel anything. Just to feel alive, to be grateful for what we are living. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant. Well, actually, with this voice, no, I'm not going to chant mantra, but I'm going to guide you out of the pose. So just go in your comfortable position and let go. really gently. Start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Gently stretch your body. Bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment. Before pushing with the left hand to sit up for the chant of 3 We're gonna try and do that. But since I cannot really chant as usual, I'm gonna guide you a little bit more. So, I wanted to put one hand on your chest. And I want to feel the vibration that you create on your chest while saying, oh, the first part of the Om. So inhale deeply. Did you felt the vibration? Okay, now we're gonna do the M. So to do the M in the more efficient way, keep your teeth really close to each other, but not touching. So as soon as you will start doing the M sound, they will start vibrating also your teeth. So keep your hand again on the chest, just to feel the difference between the vibration of the O and the vibration of the Okay, so now inhale. So normally you have felt the vibration also on your hands, but the M is mainly on your head. So now we're gonna do the 3 Om. If you want to, you can keep your hand, one hand on the chest, while on the other, put your hands in Inanna Mudra or Chin Mudra, so with a thumb and index finger joining, and with the palm of the hand either facing the sky or the ground, whichever is more comfortable for you. Inhale. Now relax your arms, relax your hands, relax your face, your throat, your shoulders, relax your belly, and observe. Maybe your spine will move just a tiny bit, either spiraling or just moving.
Don't stop it. Just control it in case. Become aware of all the energies. The last moments. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.